Hey guys, David here from GrooveDigital. I'm happy to be here again with you with another build. Today I'll be showing you how I created this page that I showed you yesterday in a small teaser video. So let me just go back to the post where I actually showed you about this one. So once we come here to GrooveDigital, you can see that I was teasing the creation of this website. It is a beautifully designed podcast page. Once you click on the links here, let me just show you quickly. So once you click on the links, you can listen to the music, listen to the podcast in case you want to embed it here. So it will be playing. So once I click play here, it actually loads in the music. Also, you can download it. You can create a lovely download form connected to your autoresponder and then basically transfer the people over to your download link. I'll be showing how you can create something like this one. I just want to show you where I created this teaser post yesterday. Okay, so this is what I posted yesterday. What did you create today? And then I showed a small video. There was quite a few people already wanted to, liked it, and I had some comments that they actually want a copy of this site. So I decided today, instead of only giving you the copy of the site, I would go inside and actually build it all together with you. So this will be a shorter video because I created also some asset files that you can get hands on. So I actually went inside, I recorded a video of how you can create images like this one and also banners like this one to be used on your own, on your designs. Perfect. Tom says, checking out today's training, looks good. Hi, Tom. It's good to have you here, buddy. So yeah, we are going to be creating this podcast page, but I will not be going into depth creating these images because there is a link I shared here. Once you come and see this is the Donna Fox is live now. This is basically the live video we're doing now. Once you click on this link, it will transfer you to a folder like this. This is a Dropler folder. This is something like Google Drive that I use. And then here you can see I recorded and uploaded the video where I actually went and step by step created these image assets for you. So it is loading a bit slower because I'm doing a live stream now in the meantime as well. So you can just click on that button and then you can load it in for yourself. As you can see, the next link I have here is the import code for the website. So I actually took the whole website, the code from it, and I just copied it. You can just really easily come in here and then paste it. So the way you do that is you open a completely new site or a page. You click here to this code, edit the source code. You paste in the code that you can copy from here, and then you will have a site basically looking the same as I have here. The only difference is that you will need to put in your images, but you can also copy the images or download images. I included them here. So in the video I created for you, going step by step how to create images like this, we created a similar looking one. Well, this is the image that create together in the video, and then also a banner image like this one. So everything is there. Just click on the link here in the post from Facebook post from Donna, basically, where she says that we are live now. So that's it, guys. Just click on the link so you can get all these stuff. Also, I went in there and then imported the PSD files. These are the files that you can edit. So for example, once you want to have an image like this, you take a PSD file, you pop it into Photopea, and then you can just move the things around, change the image, change the text, and then you're boom. And then you're good. You can start working on your podcast. Let me just quickly show you how to do that. I can see there is a couple of people joining in already. We'll just wait a bit longer to start. In the meantime, I will show you how you can get this PSD file up and running. Okay. So once you come here to this folder that I uploaded, you can see that there is a podcast image.psd. You can view it, download it to your computer. Okay, it is downloading it now. You head over to photopea.com. It's written like this, photopea.com, and then you just pull in the PSD file, and then you will get something like this. You can go in to change the image. You can change all these assets that are there and then make it your own. It's very simple, very straightforward, and I also went in depth explaining that in the video that you can see here also in this file and folder. So that's it. I think we can go ahead and start building this page. So I want to start and create a completely new site. I'll just go outside here to GroovePages and then click a new site, start from scratch. Guys, in case during the build, in case you have any questions, just please write them as soon as possible. There's a slight delay of me getting your questions, so just type them in and then we'll get to it as soon as I see them here, okay? Perfect. So now we have an empty page here that we can start editing, and then we have here the image, or basically the layout of what we want to achieve. So what I usually start is I usually go inside and then pull wireframe blocks, either an empty block, but in this case I will just take a cover block because there is already something pre-designed to what I would like to achieve. So I use this one, that we have a headline, sub-headline, a button here, and then just an image on this side. You can see this is the same thing. Headline, sub-headline, a button. We will duplicate it to have two buttons next to each other, and then this is just an image. On the lower part of it, I just pulled in an empty block, put a headline on it, and then just put a picture below it. So how do I do that? I just scroll up, click on an empty block here. I just pull it into my design, drop it. Okay, now we have it here. I head over to my Elements tab. I want to pull in a headline or a heading text, this one, and then an image just below it. Okay, perfect. So as I said, I will not be going into depth how you can create this kind of page, but I will be showing you how you can put it together once you create it using the other video I had there. So I will just upload the image that we create in that video. And this is this image over here. I'll just pull it in, click the upload button. Once I see it on this side here, that means it's ready to go. Click select, update, and that is it. Okay, so now we have the image inside. I will also pull in my other image. These are the banners. So I click here to configure. So I clicked to the image. In the right-hand side corner, I clicked the configure button, choose the image, and then I have a question here in the comments. Will you be placing this video in the Academy? I'm not quite sure. We could be putting it in the Academy, but it will be forever on Facebook here in the group, and also it will be posted as we're streaming live now on YouTube. It will stay on YouTube as well, so you can just find it easily there, searching through YouTube. This will be a podcast page build with GroovePages. That will be the name of it, so you can find it there as well. But I will try and upload it to Academy as well. Okay, so now we want to just go ahead and pull in the banner logos that we created. So one more time, guys, I created a separate video where I showed you exactly how you can create the banner image and then also this podcast image step by step. Just click on the link in this post on the Facebook, or basically to the Dropper post that you see on the Facebook, and then you will be able to see a live video step-by-step video and also download these images that I'm using at this moment. Yeah, so I have this image here, and now we can start editing the page. I'll just make sure I save it here so that we don't lose if we do any changes on it. Lovely. So I will be starting by changing the background color. So I clicked here where I see this gray or blue color, and then I make sure that I am on the block part. So you can see here I'm in the block part of the image. Okay, so there is a Facebook user said a podcast page built GroovePages on YouTube. Correct. That will be the name of the video once this one is finished. Okay, so I clicked on the block part. I will head over here on the right hand side to background section, and I will click to have white background. You see, now this image and the background are like merged together. It doesn't look like an image anymore. It looks like it is a part of the website, basically the code. Lovely, so that we can exit now. And then on this part, in the lower part, I want to just make it a bit so that it can see that it's visibly different. So I will also click on the background part here, make sure that we are editing the block section of it. Click to background, and then change it to slight gray. You see, now we can see that the first block is up till here, and then the second block is up till here. We have Roger asking question, the bottom image, do you need to center it or declare the sizes? Yeah, we'll go through this one, Roger, in a couple of minutes. Let's just finish the upper part, and then we'll go and make sure that this looks nice, whatever side screen we are on. Okay, so we changed the background colors. Okay, we saved it. And now I can go inside and actually edit the text. So I will be actually just going to this page and copying the text. Just double click here and just paste it in. Lorem ipsum text is staying. I will just make it a bit smaller. Yeah, so I'll just click on it and make the text size a bit smaller. Okay, as you can see, there was a bug. So now when I wanted to resize the image, it disappeared. Let's just refresh the page builder. Okay, lovely. So now we can see the changes made. I want to put it on this Excel. I will change the font type to Lato or Lato, and then do some grayish looking font color. Okay, for this type, for the head part, for the big text, I will choose a different color. I'm not quite sure which one I used. I think this is the one, yeah. And then I just increase it so it looks like that. Okay, this one also has some sort of a gray color on it. This way, yeah, I think this is nice. And then I want to make a button. So as you can see here, we have two buttons. One is listen, the other one is download. So we want to just make one to listen. Sorry, I was going a bit too fast, so I clicked on the button. Here in the right hand side corner, I click configure, and then in the text part, I just want to put in the text that I want it to say. So it will say listen. Okay, update one more time, and then I just want to make the background yellow. Okay, the text I want to make black. Good. And then I want to make the borders a bit rounded, like this. Let's just see how it looks like. Okay, and then I want to just put some shadow on it. So shadow, I think medium is fine. Yeah, it looks nice. So maybe the text a bit smaller, and then increase the spacing around the buttons. This will make the buttons pop out a bit more. Okay, so I choose the side ones. I increase them here to, let's say, 9. Yeah, I think this looks good. So once I edited the first button, I will click on the button and click duplicate. Okay, now we have two exactly the same buttons. Now, how do we make them fit next to each other? This is where we can use a container, basically a column element. So we click here to an elements, columns, 2 columns, and then we just pull it inside here. So we pull in one to this one and then the other one to this one. Now that means we can edit the containers. So the containers here, you can see now we chose the container. This is with the green outline. I want to just make that that it goes a bit up like this. And then we can edit the containers around the buttons as well. You can see I clicked on the container, so just outside the button, and now this green part is lit up. So now you can see this. This is the container here, and then this is the container of the other button. So I want to just make them a bit come together. So the way I do it is I clicked on this container from this button, and I want to click on the margin here, make negative, and just pull it a bit towards the other one. Okay, and then as in this case, the button text on here, it says download. Okay, update, and then we'll just make it with the gray color. Let's actually use the color that we used on this text just to stay in the same color range. So I have a extension. This is a Chrome extension. It's called Color Pick Eyedropper. This is very useful when you would like to copy the colors from websites. So I can just hover over it and then copy the exact hex code. So I come here and then I paste the hex code of the button. So now this is matching this. I want the button text to be white, and now I think this looks good. So now we have a listen button and we have a download button. Let me just also edit this text to be the same font as the other text on the other side of the screen. So just this. Okay, and then just let's save it. Perfect. So let's compare it. As we can see, this one is a bit lower, but this image is coming all the way up to the edge of the screen. So the way we do that is we click on the image, we click here to spacing, we click to the outer part of this box. This is the margin, and we make negative margin. We pull it up all the way to the border. In this case, we have -10 is all the way up to the border. So now we just leave it like this and we click save. We actually pushed the text up a bit. Let's just move it back. I forgot that I need to keep a bit of distance there. And then I will leave it on 0 and make it actually come down a bit, maybe so that we can match that this one is somewhere here in this line. Okay, let's just save this. Let's have a look how it looks like without this side. Yeah, I think it's coming together nicely. So it is almost the same. We'll just need to edit now this spacing between the upper block and then the lower block. So the way we do that is we click outside here where we have the white part, and we make sure that there is the block section here. We click on spacing and add some padding here. See? Let's just put it on 10. So now the padding is between these two blocks is 10, and then we have edited that one. I will save it quickly, not to lose the changes. And then one more, and it's catching my eye now as I'm looking at it. This yellow and this yellow are not matching. So I will just use this handy color, pick eyedropper, and then just copy the color of this yellow, and then I will put it here in this background section. Okay, better. Lovely. So now we can go ahead and edit the lower part, the bottom part. So now I click here, and this is the text. We want the text to be in the middle, as on this part here. So we will click on the text element. You can see here in this menu it says text. We click to this one to align it to the center. Then we'll just copy the text from here, like our podcast on. We just double click, we paste the text in, and then we just change the text color. Maybe some other gray. Let's just take one from here. Okay. Yeah, this looks nice. I don't want it to pop out like this color, so I will just make it a bit washed out gray color. And then I want to make sure that the whole container that this is sitting in, so you see this one, is center aligned. So now I clicked here, I can see that I'm in the container part, and then this layout button shows up. I click on the layout, and I want to align it to the center. So now whatever we do, the image will stay centered. So if we make the page this size or this size, the image will always stay in the center. And this is what Roger was mentioning before. The bottom image, do you need to center it or it declares the size? So now we centered it, and then if we see the image, the sizing, it is basically to max width. So whenever we change to a different device, it will stay max width. Okay, let's just go back and edit it. I want to add a bit of padding above this text. So I click on the block section here. So we're editing everything inside. We click on spacing. I add padding up here. Okay. And then also I will add actually padding on the bottom, not as much, but let's say like 6. This looks fine. Okay, let's save it quickly and let's preview. Awesome. I think this looks nice. So the next part will be, I could work on this colors and then fonts and the styling of this page, but I really want to go in depth and show you everything that this page could do. So we will go in now and then make these pop-ups. So this pop-up will be playing some music, or in your case, in case you're doing a podcast, you can put in a podcast player over here. And then this download link will be basically connecting your autoresponder. And so if somebody comes and puts in their details in here, it connects your autoresponder to GroovePages, and then you can transfer them over to your download link, or maybe you can send out an email with a download link after that one. So let's just continue and do the pop-ups on our side that we created here. So I will want to create first the listen button. It will be a pop-up for the listen button. Okay, and I will just change this one to be a template, and then I will save it. With pop-ups, it's a bit tricky. Tricky working with a pop-up at this moment, because sometimes they make some errors and bugs, and then the whole thing blocks and shuts down. So I will save it very often. So we have now a listen button. And the thing I want to do is pull in a code element. And this is this code embed. I'll just pop it here in the middle somewhere. And then I will go around and then delete the other items that I don't need. Okay, this one, and then I will come here to the second block. I will put the layout. See, this is also an error. It should say container because on blocks usually we cannot edit the layout. This is actually a container. So here I will change the layout to be vertical and center aligned, and I will increase the sizing of the width. So I will click max width here and then increase it by the pixels. So like this, and then the height also using pixels, something like this. Just see the layout here in the middle. So once you click this one and then this one, this will say in the middle this way and also this way. It will always stay in the middle. Okay, and now we can pull in our code element. I will pull it from SoundCloud. SoundCloud is a audio player platform where you can upload your audios and podcasts and music and whatever you're using. It's pretty easy to use. I'll just take any video or sorry, any music here. I want to play it, but I want to open it so I can see it. Okay, I just clicked on any video here. Once you click on the share button, there will be this option pops up. Here, next to the share, it says embed. This will give you the option to take the code, to take the iframe, and then pop it in here to this code part in GroovePages. So let's just take the code. Okay, so we just double click. You can enable automatic play once the pop-up is shown up or once this player is shown up, but I don't want to do that. I want people to decide for themselves. So I just copy over the code. I come over to GroovePages, click on the embed code element here, and then just paste the code in. Again, guys, in case you have any questions, please pop them in for me. I will be able to answer them for you. So as you can see, there is already some error here. So let's just try to do it one more time. Click here, paste. Let's try to save it. Okay, see, now it shows up. Let's just save and let's have a look how it looks like, because I think this one has a player below it. Maybe we need to increase the height of the pop-up just so that it covers the player as well. So let's just connect the button. So we click on the button we want to connect. We click here to configure and link to a pop-up, which is the listen button. Okay, so we click update. Okay, so now this text changed. This, okay, save. Let's just click on preview one more time. So listen, there is a pop-up. Okay, it doesn't actually look nice because there is this player. So let's just find another song that we can embed. It will not be a playlist. It will only be a song. So let's find something chill. Okay. This looks like only one song. So let's just click on share, embed. Let's just copy this one over. Head over to our pop-ups on the listen button. And I want to edit the code. Okay, so I click Control All and then paste it in. Now we have the chain smokers. It says here. Okay, this looks a bit better. Let's save and exit. Okay, Let's just preview it. Okay, chain smokers. This looks nice. Let's just see why this is only this big. So let's head over to our pop-ups, again to listen button. Let's just try to increase the size of this one. Maybe this fixes the issue. Save. Yeah, for some reason it didn't change. We can change the code on the pop-up. I don't actually like to do that, but it says here the width and the height. So width is 100%. It says here that it is basically the full width, but for some reason it doesn't show up. Maybe it will show up correctly once we publish the page. So let's just leave this as it is. We can see that it looks nice on this part. It doesn't look nice once we preview it. Maybe once we publish it, maybe it looks actually better. So we'll save this one and we'll just go ahead and edit the download button. This will be a bit simpler to do because we will be just using one of these templates. So let's just name our pop-up download button. Let's just pull in a template from here and let's save and exit. Now I want to show you a trick that I started using. You can save items or elements that you already created on the page as global styles. This is this button or tab that not many people use. So I'll just show you how you can do that one. So once you click on this element that you want to save, you click here to global styles and then create a new style. I will give this a name, yellow button. Okay. And then we click this one. Now we save this element. We save this button as a global style. So once we go over to our pop-ups, we want to edit the download button. We can basically take this one, take this button, and choose to have the yellow button style. You see, it was pretty easy. So we didn't have to do basically change the background, change everything on it. We just saved the style from the button that we created before. We just transferred it over. It makes life so much easier. So the only thing we want to do is make sure that the button action is submit. We want to change the button text to download now. Okay, update. And you see it popped back for some reason, but doesn't matter because we don't need to go in and again change everything. We just click on the button, click global styles, and we just change it to yellow button again. So pretty easy. So I just want to make a save. I just want to save this one because it is still a bit hard to work with. Okay, so let's close this one. We don't need it anymore. And now I can start here editing the text. I want the text to say, where should we send you the audio file? Okay. So let's just paste this in. Where should we send the audio file? And then this one, type in your name and your best email address below. Okay. Here, type in your name and your best email address below. Perfect. So it says add your name and the best email. So we want to duplicate the email field. Just click on the email field, click here to duplicate, and the upper field we will configure to be name. Name. Okay. We can add the validation rule to be text, and input cannot be empty. Update. And then the lower one needs to stay email. Email, we can add the validation rule to check for emails, and it cannot be empty. Okay, guys, please ask your questions in the comment so that it appears, it shows up for me. There's a slight delay with the comments, so in case you type it in, maybe I get it in 5 minutes so that we can answer it while we're on the live here, on the live stream. So now I want to make this button to appear in the center of this container. So I click on the container. You see, I chose the form container, and then I actually want, Roger says you don't need to fill in the input ID. Let me see. I don't think that we need to fill it in. We can, but it, in some of the autoresponder software, it makes a difference, in some not. But let's just type it in. I mean, it doesn't take long time. The one that I was using, MailChimp, it doesn't ask for this one. There is another user who asked, was the opt-in box pop-up part of the GroovePage function? Sorry, I missed that. Yes, let me just save this one quickly and then I will show you again. So here, once you're in the GroovePages editor, you can see here we have blocks, elements, pages, and pop-ups here on this one. So once you click on the pop-ups, you can easily create new pop-ups and then basically change to be an entry pop-up or exit pop-up. This is when the people want to go up here and then click to go back, to go out from the page. You can say them, hi, stop, here's a discount or something like this. We're just doing a standard pop-up so that we can connect it to a button. But yeah, so I have now created these two pop-ups, and I am just working on the download button. We will be connecting this to the download button here so they can download the podcast. So I want to make this button to appear in the middle here. So I'll try to do a layout here, center. Okay, so what I did is I clicked out from everything, and then there is a block and then another block here. This block is some kind of a mixture between a container and a block because it shows up the layout button. But using this layout button, we can make sure that the button here is center aligned. And then once we go back to these fields, we can actually increase the sizing of the field elements, sorry, the form fields. So let's just try to do it. Let's try to do it all together. Sizing with pixels. Yeah, it doesn't change. Let's just do them then separately. So I just want to click on the name field, sizing, pixel. Okay. This was not like this yesterday. Full pixel. Let me just try something else. I'm just going back, doing the undo button, because yesterday when I was editing it, it was not this way. Okay, so now I'm back here. Sizing. 3x. I want to increase this to be wider. Just do it like this, and then I will just move it using the spacing here. Okay. Can I do negative margin on this one? No, it doesn't allow me. It seems that this one is making a bit of trouble. It doesn't actually align it in the center. Let's try to click on this container here. No. Anyway, let's just leave it at like this, and then it will be working. Let's just see the question. Does Groove have a CRM too? Groove at this moment doesn't have a CRM option. Maybe it will be implemented once the Groove Mail is up and running. Groove Mail will be the autoresponder software that Groove Digital creates, and this will be integrated with all these softwares. So you can have a website. If somebody types in their email, it goes to the email software that is in the same platform, so you can just basically manage everything under the same roof in the same platform, which will be very, very nice. And most probably it will have some sort of a customer database management option where you can see who signed up, who didn't sign up, and who bought, who didn't buy, who subscribed, and so on. So it will not have like a standard CRM that you can use for multiple purposes in other businesses, but it will have some sort of a customer database management option where you can see who are your customers and what they actually did. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. Let's just finish this one quickly and then we can move on. So I want to do a border on these fields, to do a 2-width border with some sort of a gray outline, and I want to change the background to white. Okay, I want to change this form field border also to be with 2, and then change the border to slight gray here. Okay, I see it's starting doing some issues, so I'll just quickly do this and save it. Okay, it's saved. Let's go back and see. Okay, so this one is now name, this one is email, this one is submit. So now I will click inside here to choose all the elements, the 2 form fields and then the button. This will be the form container element, and I can come here and configure the integration. So what actually happens when somebody fills in these details. So we set up an integration. I will connect it using my MailChimp test account, and I will put them on the only list I have. There is a separate videos done on how to connect your MailChimp, basically autoresponder to GroovePages, so you can have a look at that one. And then the last one here is where we will send them actually once they filled out their details on this form and once they click the download button. So you can send them either to a download link to actually be able to download your podcast. This one is this one should be, let's say, posted in a Google Drive or Dropbox or I don't know, your Amazon S3 cloud account. So you can just send them wherever you would like. I will just type in Google because at this moment I don't have an audio file online that I can link to. So I'll just click update one more time, save and exit, and I will save this one. I think we are finished with that one now. Let's just connect the pop-up with the button. So we click on the button, we click configure. We want to have a link to pop up, and then I will just choose download button. Okay. Okay, let's just see. Roger wrote here, I pulled a couple input windows together, but could not create the form container to be able to configure them. Yeah, this is why I'm using these templates, Roger. Once you decide, let me just open a new page just to show you what Roger meant with that. So let's say you want to create an empty block, and then you want to have, I don't know, to create your own form. So you put in input field here. This will be for the name. Another one for, yeah, I missed it. This will be for the email. Okay, this will be for the name. Let's just duplicate it. This will be for the address, and then you want to place a submit button. This is how I thought that this will be done. But once you actually go here, you don't have a form input container where you can actually set up what needs to be the action of it. So this is why I keep using the wireframe blocks for the forms. Once um, once you use one of these, they are already set up. So I think this feature is coming once the GrooveMail comes out. It will make things easier, because then in GrooveMail you will be able to create custom fields. So then you're asking for address, you're asking for a phone number, and then it will be, I think, easier to pop it into GroovePages later on. At this moment, I was testing this out. I couldn't figure out a way to make it work as well. So I completely understand you, Roger. Let's see, there is a Facebook user asking, will other autoresponders integrate other than MailChimp? Is this question in an FAQ somewhere? So there is a couple of autoresponders already integrated with this. You can come here wherever you are in a builder. You come here and then click on My Integrations. If you will go to add an integration, there is ActiveCampaign, Aweber, Campaign Monitor, Web Forms, GetResponse, MailChimp, Mautic. So there is a couple of them there. The other ones, there are just a feature request at this moment. Once you go to feedback.groovefunnels.com, this is where you can request the features. So if you come over here to GroovePages feature request, and we search for integration, you can see that there is a couple of them already requested. Sendio, there is Moosend, SendFox, ConvertKit, and loads more, SpiderSync. So these are all requested. So what I suggest you to go over here and vote on them so that it gets done quicker. The more votes they will have, the higher it will be on the list for our developers to do them. So I suggest everybody to go over here to feedback.groovefunnels.com and just vote on these features. In case you don't vote, it means for our developers that it is not asked by the customers of the software, so they focus on something else. So if you really, really want to make sure that this gets done, just go in there and vote on it. Okay, so let's see. Roger says, haha, yeah, I started with a great template, but I need one more field. Yeah, I understand. What we can get is, once you go to a form field, Roger, where are there? Form field. Let's say we have this block here. So you see, this is only asking for an email. What I usually do is I just click on the field, I just duplicate them here, and it is still staying in the form container. Once I chose the form container, it is everything is inside. So I can use this for an email, I can use this for a name, I can use this for a phone number. I just changed this one to be text in the validation rules. You see, Roger, you can use this one. So basically, once you are using a block, you can just duplicate it, and it will stay duplicated inside the form container. Yeah, somebody says, that's helpful. Thanks. Feedback to request for other. Yes, ConvertKit was the one I was wondering about. Yeah, so you can see, just head over to feedback.groovefunnels.com, and then you can get it there. Vote on it, and then it will get done sooner or later. Let's just go back to our build. We made sure we saved it. I will publish it. It may take a bit of time to get published, so let's just see. Podcast build. Okay, just publish it and see if it actually the listen button works as it should. It may actually not pop up straight away because there were some changes. Yeah, so there were some changes in the server recently, and it takes now a minute or two for it to get live. So let's just work with this button now. So this is what we created. As I mentioned, for the people that were not here, there is a link that I posted, which is here in Facebook group. So Facebook. In case you are watching this after the live stream ended, this link will be posted also on YouTube. So here in the Groove Digital this Groove Digital Facebook group, I posted a link, this one over here, that in case you click on it, it brings you to a Dropper board. Basically, this is like a Google Drive folder where you can grab a video where it shows how I created the images, the banner image and also the side image. It is a 20-something minute video. I go step by step creating those images. I have here the import code for importing this exact website. So once you import this code, it will only be the design of the site. It will not import the pop-ups and everything. So that's why I'm recording this live stream, so you can go ahead and later on manage your pop-ups and everything, and also connect the buttons to the pop-ups. So in this board, in this folder, I also have uploaded the images I was using now for the build during the live streaming. And also you can see here, this is the podcast image PSD and the banner logos PSD. PSD is a Photoshop file. This you can easily import to Photopea. This is an image editing software I was using to create all these assets, and then you can just import the PSD to Photopea and then easily edit the text, the images, you put in your logos that you want to use, and then you're good to go. So that's it, guys. I had received another comment on here. Let me just see. So is GroovePages a part of another product, or is it a separate product? If it's separate, where can people sign up for access or get pricing? This is a good question. I really wanted to explain this one to people. So GrooveFunnels, in total, GrooveFunnels is a suite of tools similar to Microsoft Office. Let's say it like that. In Microsoft Office, you have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, and all kinds of these tools. GrooveFunnels is also a tool suite like that. So once you click here, you can see, let me just show you here. So you are able to see GrooveFunnels is all these software: GroovePages, GrooveSell, GrooveAffiliate, GrooveMail, GrooveMember, GrooveVideo. There will be GrooveBlog, GrooveWebinar, GrooveDesk, GrooveCalendar, GrooveService. So it is a whole suite of apps that will be under the same name of GrooveFunnels. This is the easiest way to understand if you compare it to something like Microsoft Office. GroovePages is the app that you use to create and design pages and websites. GrooveSell is the brains of the pages. So once you design the page, in GrooveSell you actually create the selling part of it. So if you want to sell digital, physical products, this is the GrooveSell that you use to connect it. GrooveSell, you signed up for free most probably, because at this moment we have this lifetime deal on GrooveSell. Once you sign up, you get GroovePages Lite completely for free. But in case you would like to learn more about the other products in the GrooveFunnels suite, you can easily head to GrooveFunnels/upgrade. GrooveFunnels/upgrade. There is an awesome video here from Mike. He explains everything in depth, everything that you need to know about the upcoming software. There is also the price that will be soon, and also you can purchase the whole platinum suite of all the tools that you see here. So I really encourage you to go ahead and watch this video here, and then this will make sense. So basically everything will make sense once you watch this video. So I just really want to wrap up, guys, quickly. Now we created this page. Let me just try to open it one more time as I published it earlier. I see some angry smileys from Wayne Gillies. I'm not quite sure what I did wrong. I really was trying to be as helpful as possible. Please let me know if I did something wrong. I would like to fix that for next time, so I don't get any angry smileys on my live streams. So Yeah, I want to just go in and see if it was already published. Yeah, so once I click on the listen, unfortunately it is still a bit small. Let's just click play. Yeah, it's still playing in small. It doesn't matter. Once I click on download, I put in the email, it's subscribed, and it transfers us over to Google. This is the integration that we set up. Basically, you can, instead of Google, you can put in your download link, and then you will be able to send customers to it to download your podcasts. So that's it, guys. I hope it was understandable. I'm sorry, Wayne, in case you didn't understand something, please write me a message. I will be trying to explain everything to you. Yeah, I received some questions. In case you're just typing your question in now, I will answer on it later on. And then just please visit the link I showed here. You can get all these assets. You can get your hands on all these assets over there. So that's it, guys. I hope I see you on Monday. On Monday, I will be building a complete new video sales letter landing page. This will be, I think, a bit longer build than what we did now. It will be an hour, 90 minutes long build, and I hope you show up. So hi, Christine Case. She says, this was so helpful. Thank you. Thank you for watching it. I hope you enjoyed, guys, and then see you in the group. Bye-bye.